crime wave in Gotham. Other breaking news. Water. Wet.
Coming up, more problems for a troubled
Earthquake.
skater. Yep,
We're having an earthquake.
Breaking into homes and tickling people.
Fans quickly trashed his pantsless look on social media.
Also, in other news,
The whistles go woo!
He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday.
He's on the lean and the model.
I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
He thought the car was a spaceship and that the driver was an alien.
He lost his life savings, $2,600, and all he has to show for it is this stuffed banana with dreadlocks.
In other news, brought to you by GilletteOnDemand.com. 40 million Americans wake up to a Gillette shave. Gillette's working to bring you America's #1 shave for less. Go to GilletteOnDemand.com and get every fourth order free.
Welcome back to the Bernstein and Goff Show here on 670 The Score, 670thescore.com, and watch 670thescore.com. This is In Other News, and what we do here is sometimes we get outside of the realm of sports. Sometimes we stay inside. It's just little things that pop up that aren't worth the whole building a topic or asking questions about. Just little tidbits and nuggets, but it's not a Bears report. All right, Dan Bernstein. Jim Carrey doesn't make a lot of public appearances anymore. A lot of people think that Jim Carrey has lost it. A lot of people thought Jim Carrey lost it a while ago, and he's just shown you over the course of his acting career. I found myself in these 2 minutes agreeing with the things that Jim Carrey was saying far too much, and it made me question my own sanity. New York Fashion Week was last week, and E! News was on a red carpet, and Jim Carrey just walks up. Now, he doesn't make a lot of public appearances. He does not go to a lot of these things at all. And this young lady just was trying to do her job, and I'll just give you the visual. He walks up to her, and then when she's asking the question, he kind of circles around her like Trump did with Hillary during the debates. Yeah, it was kind of weird. And then he stops and starts to answer the question. Dan, I give you Jim Carrey.
Hey, Jim Carrey. Yes.
What?
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey. Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're celebrating.
You got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons.
in icons?
Boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry? You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. What? You shut her down now. Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that
He just said he did believe in personality.
Lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself. And I don't care.
But Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I didn't.
Was that
get
an
dressed
accident?
up. I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is a dream?
There's just things happening. And there are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's happening in our world right now? Because there is a lot of news that actually is relevant that's not that
Here's
uplifting.
the thing. It's not our world.
None
That's
of this
the
is
key.
real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Oh, wow.
There's the good news.
Okay.
What? Jim Carrey, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if he was off the wacky tobacco or if that's just how Jim is.
That's
the tetrahedrons. There was a couple of moments in there where I was like, oh, existential
reference.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. That's just so cheap, Tanny. You're better than that.
No, he's not.
No, he isn't. But yeah, the tetrahedron references. I sat there listening to it, and there was a couple of times I'm like, I feel you, Jim. And then the rest of it, I'm like, out of there.
That's a crazy person. That's a crazy person.
That's just, you're just gonna write it off as crazy person.
After that, you're not.
We're quick to throw crazy on guys that we don't want to kind of think about and.
That's not
immerse ourselves.
No. That's the big red flashing light. You slap the old crazy sticker on that and keep it moving.
We can't dismiss.
Move away from
other
that.
thoughts that way.
Back
Dan.
away.
My bad.
This from Fangraphs.
All right.
Against the sixth pitch last night, Jacoby Ellsbury swung and he hit a foul ball. But in so doing, he also nicked the outstretched glove of catcher Wilson Ramos. And that makes a sound. Lance Barksdale heard the sound and immediately awarded Ellsbury first base. It was the 30th time in Ellsbury's career he's reached base via catcher's interference. That moved Ellsbury out of what had been a first-place tie at 29 with Pete Rose. Third place in baseball history is all the way down at 18. Rose was well out ahead of the pack, but Ellsbury sprinted forward in 2016 and now has the all-time MLB record to himself.
So you're making me think now, why does that happen with Jacoby Ellsbury?
It is broken down here on Fangraphs with video.
Deep in the box?
He stands far back in the box. Mm-hmm. He hits off his back foot in an effort to fight the pitch away with his two-strike swing. 22 of Ellsbury's 30 catcher's interference calls have come in two-strike counts. Not a coincidence. While there are probably borderline interference instances where a glove is just ever so slightly grazed.
Breaking pitches.
So there's no mistaking this one. The catcher's glove didn't pop completely off. But you see Ramos react and Ellsbury reacts. It made Barksdale's job easy. Even if he hadn't heard the sound, there would have been no other reason for two players in front of him to respond how they did. It's the fourth time in his career he's victimized the Rays. That ties them for first with the Orioles among his opponents. As a fun fact, Ramos was the catcher, but this year Ramos as a hitter has drawn 3 catcher's interference calls, the first 3 of his career. And Jeff Sullivan says, I don't know what's appropriate to send to the Hall of Fame. Ellsbury's bat, Ramos' glove,
right,
or maybe the both of them glued together.
That's pretty fresh.
But there it is. We have a new all-time leader in baseball history in reaching via catcher's interference, and it's Jacoby Ellsbury.
I like silly baseball stuff like that.
I love
that's
silly
That's super
baseball
cool.
stuff.
All right, Dan, got a question for you.
Yes.
This from CBSNews.com. Is it a good idea to let your dog sleep in the bedroom?
No. I don't want my kids in the bedroom.
All right.
It's a dog.
I knew how you would respond, but
I was the furtive chewing noises
and the farts.
Oh my God! Opening their mouth and closing their mouth. They lick their face and they fart and then they lick their butt and then they lick their face and it's just
the dogs.
The noises. The noises are maddening. When our dog used to wander into our room, I'd be like, "There goes my night." It's the worst.
Ladies and gentlemen, send all your mail to Dan Vick over here. I was presenting that question because I knew how Dan would respond because Dan's part brother. This from CBSNews.com. Whether or not a dog is allowed in the bedroom is a highly individualized decision. Some pet owners are eager to cuddle up with their pup at night, while others banish.
Puppet? No, puppet is different.
Stop it!
If you want to have Miss Piggy in bed with you, so to speak.
I'm sure worse has happened. While others banish Fido from their sleeping quarters. Now, new research attempts to shed some light on whether letting a dog sleep in the bedroom helps or hurts a person's efforts to get a good night's sleep. Small study from the Mayo Clinic finds that sleeping in the same room with your pet does not appear to affect quality of sleep. In fact, it may actually lead to a more restful night. However, that benefit does not extend to people who actually share their bed with their pet, which the research found may negatively affect sleep quality. Now, I know how you feel about this, but are there people out there that are really sleeping with their dog in the bed? Like, and I know this spans all races and genders, because I know some African Americans that love themselves some dogs and always have their dogs around and in the bed with them.
No.
You sleep with your dog in your bed? You got to replace that with someone you love here
Shane
soon, brother.
is here.
Shane does that too?
Village Idiot, and he sleeps with 2 dogs
I'm surrounded
each night.
by
these beardos and their
guys.
dogs in their beds.
Yeah, I'm glad you called them beardos. Yeah, dude. So, does this happen a lot?
Apparently.
I remember when I was training my pit bull as a kid, and he was like right there by the bedside. And as soon as I trained
Julie
him,
DeCaro's a yes.
Julie DeCaro's a yes. All right, I had to get my dog out of there immediately. My mom was like, "Hey, the dogs don't sleep in the bedroom. All right, get his ass outside onto the dog bed and make that happen." But this is a thing where people sleep with their dogs in the bed. I did not know this.
If you get a chance here, if it's worth 2 minutes and 20 seconds of your time, it is in my Twitter timeline at Dan_Bernstein. There is a video here from Mike.com talking about your favorite show, Insecure, on HBO. Mm-hmm. And I had not thought about this before, but they have a discussion with the cinematographer about how that show has mastered the fairly difficult cinematographic art of properly lighting brown faces of various shades and tones, and they explain exactly how they do it and why for so long cameras have had a difficult time properly lighting black people and brown people. And she goes through the polarization of the lens, the kind of makeup that they use. The actual science of it, too. There is science, and the fact, this is incredible, that the very film that was used, the testing card that has held up of pictures, and a testing card was a white woman, and if that white woman looked good, the actors would look good. It stayed that way for decades. And it wasn't until Kodak, the maker of the film, it wasn't until furniture manufacturers complained to Kodak about how wood finishes were being depicted in furniture ads that Kodak reformulated their film to properly show the color brown. It's like black people didn't matter.
You're offending wood.
Once you got to that armoire, once you got to that etagere, once you got to that desk, then it's all of a sudden they snap into action. We must fix this because we're not properly depicting the color brown in furniture advertisements. That's what got them to change things.
Awesome.
But it really
you tweeted it out?
Yeah, I did. It's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's a great explainer for what their lighting and cinematography people are doing to actually properly show you the way people are supposed to look. It's amazing.